Welcome to the Movie Club podcast. This week we're talking about The Devil's Advocate. This was suggested to us by Malie Moore. Thank you for suggesting us this movie. And if you have movie suggestions, go ahead and leave them down in the comments. Apparently we do listen. I didn't know it, but apparently it happens. And it can happen to you too. Enjoy.
John Milton.
Kevin Lomax.
Well, what's that like? One day you're putting them away, next day you're setting them free.
Takes a little getting used to.
Pays better though, doesn't it?
Welcome to Babylon, Ma.
Speak of the devil.
I gotta tell you, if Morgan Freeman is quite possibly the best version of God,
and he is,
then Al Pacino is by far the best version of the devil.
Agreed.
All I'm gonna say is the first time I saw him, I was like, that nigga the devil. Like there was no other thought other than this nigga is the devil.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Yeah, you're right. There's no one else.
I literally thought when this movie started that they were gonna do some kind of thing to where, is it really the devil? Is he, is it just playing into the whole lawyers are demons and stuff like that? Lawyers are the scum of the earth type thing.
I can see that.
Are we playing at it, or is he really Satan?
I literally hit Shakis and was like, that's the guy during the movie.
Turns out no. They just said we're gonna wear it right on our freaking skin. Like we're just gonna come out
a tattoo and we sleeveless.
like honestly. And it was a ride. Like that was actually a really good ride.
I think it was probably the smoothest ride. It's like you're in a car and you go over like the new pavement in the road. And it's just smooth as fuck no matter what
bumps.
car you're in.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It is smooth sailing.
Okay.
That is what this movie was. There ain't no end to it. There ain't no end of the road where it goes back to the old shitty road in this movie. Mm-hmm. You started on this road at the start of the movie. Mm-hmm. You ain't got the old road. It's all new road.
You started high and you just kept increasing.
And you just stayed there.
Top of the floor, baby.
All the way up.
That's just can we? I just want to gush on Al Pacino for a little bit because this man just
deserves it.
Every actor, not every actor at all. Let me step back.
Don't do Pacino like that.
A lot of actors when they chew the scenery, Nicolas Cage, right?
Yikes.
We all know the Nicolas Cage freak out. If you're me, you love the Nicolas Cage freak out, but they just seem out of place, which is what makes them so memorable. They always seem out of place, and the director said that's a print, like on that one. That was the take. Okay, that was the take. Al Pacino chewing the scenery just felt so alive. Like you could see how this dude is the charming version of the devil that you want to follow, because I wanted to follow him. Half the time he's talking so smooth, so slick. I don't even know. I'm agreeing to stuff. He ain't even talking to me. You want to go with that girl? I do want to go with that girl, Al Pacino devil. Yes, I do. How did you know? You know so much, sir. I found myself just so enraptured by his character, which is great because he is in this a lot. Like most movies, like if you have your like supernatural cosmic force, they're in the background. They come out every now and again. Every other shot is Al Pacino looking at you like, I got him, don't I?
It's like, I see you. I see you in that seventh sin.
Mm-hmm. The seventh sin.
Or like any of the sins. Like, I see you like this best flavor or whatever, that little line he does.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of flavor, this man, one of the like subtle nuances, if you call it that, of Al Pacino's performance is I feel like, and I have to go back and watch it, I started noticing it late in the movie, he always does this like thing with his mouth.
Yep.
There it is. I was waiting for you to bring it up.
I feel like he's like he's the serpent, the serpent that talked to Eve in the Garden of Eden. And I'm just like, that's good. That's just good. That's just good acting.
Yeah.
Like, how are you both over top and also subtle? and then other people like y'all who go in the comments, man, that wasn't subtle at all. It was subtle. I don't know another actor that would probably do that sort of thing aside from probably Michael McConaughey.
That's honestly fair.
You know what I mean?
He's the only one I could think of that could too.
That feels about where he would land. So what about y'all? What do y'all think?
Well, to jump off of that, and I know this is probably completely different, and I'd have to go back and watch it. But Professor Moody from Harry Potter, who was doing
Mad
a
Eye
very similar
Moody?
shtick
Uh-huh.
before he's revealed to not be the real Moody. He does a little snake thing with like where he has to take the fucking juice and the polyjuice potion and shit.
Oh God.
It's not as good, I don't think, because it's not as subtle. But that's like another example where I know someone's done something similar, or at least was trying something similar to that.
I'd have to watch
But
that.
I'd have to, like I said, I'd have to go back and see it again myself.
Because
Again,
I can't picture
It's
it
a good
myself.
example.
I forget. Okay.
Like, I don't think he goes in the front. I think he goes more to the.
It's more to the
side.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, Al Pacino, bro, and he also had on top of the fucking tongue thing, he also has just this fucking grand dude. He has a great smile in this movie when it's this thing where he feels like he is God, right? He knows what's going on. The fucking subway scene when he's just staring at that dude, I'm like, why the fuck is this dude getting so heated of this stranger looking at him on the train? And it's like, this dude is like being
that's just
sucked
New York.
in.
I don't know. If that's I think that's just
That might just be the culture there, huh?
I mean, it could
Sorry.
be- I don't know. I've only been to New York. I ain't ride on the train, so I don't really know.
As someone who has done that at least once, it just be like that. Don't look at people.
Don't stare at people, especially not in the 90s. They will threaten you with a knife for staring at them.
No,
And then-
early
Was it a
2000s.
box cutter or was it a knife?
I was on the street.
I mean,
It was a box
knife.
cutter, but I mean,
Yeah,
it's
same
a sharp
principle.
implement. But I was
They
on
will
the
hurt.
street and kind of accidentally looked at somebody wrong, and dude looked back. What? You got a problem? You got a problem with me? And I'm like, I'm a child, bro. Why you beefing at a child, bro?
But it's like you feel like he's sucking that dude in to play out some sort of game,
Because he did.
and he does. It's just, but you feel it leading into that in the moment.
Right.
It's really, who directed this shit, bro? Taylor Hackford,
Taylor
bro.
Hackford. You not living up to your last name. You are not a hack.
You are not a fucking hack,
Absolutely.
bro. And to certain car enthusiasts, they would say you ain't a Ford either. People shit on Fords. People do.
That was
People.
that
I
right
know.
out of left field.
Hack Ford. Come on, it's right there.
Offsides. Do you want another card? You got a yellow.
Pick a sport.
I said card.
Left field. That's baseball.
Do you want a flag? You want a flag? Red. Red flag.
Well,
I didn't know you knew sports like that. What else do I know about you, Shakis? Are you truly the devil?
As soon as
Dun,
my
dun,
thumbs
dun.
up, I got a red card. Oh man, I loved every performance in this movie. Every single performance is just stellar, and the reveals at the end, bro. I knew what she was gonna do in the end. I hoped I wouldn't see it though.
Because so
I hoped I wouldn't see it.
If you listen to the intro, we got this requested for us to watch, and thank you for requesting that, by the way. Because and I see why. Because we got the request. I think I told you we got this request on the Fallen discussion, and I can see why.
Yeah,
Because I wouldn't even say like it apes it. This feels like it takes place in the same universe
yeah.
as Fallen, to where like a lot of the same beats even kind of happen.
Yeah.
You know, this dude getting sucked into this world, like he's getting introduced to it a little bit, and we get introduced to him, right? And then like it gets deeper and deeper to where he doesn't even believe it, but the people around him are getting affected by it. And then finally there's this final confrontation to where it gets to the end, where the same way Hobbs let himself get possessed by Azazel, in order to defeat his father, takes his own life.
Yeah.
You know, depending on how you look at it, if it really happened or not. But then again, this movie is not subtle at all, because it could have stopped right there, but then it goes into the other ending.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
which was great.
This is all in his mind's eye before he even takes the first case that we see in the movie. And then once he, you know, throws the case pretty much, it could have ended there. But then we have the stinger where it's like,
You thought.
vanity. And it's just like, why are you playing with me? Like,
See, the thing is, like, I feel like he knew at that point. Mm-hmm. Like, he just knew, and he's like, all right, you can call me in the morning. And then I feel like...
I don't think he knew.
I feel like he does.
Why?
Because
Why
he does
so?
he does the same thing. And it's like it's not like if, you know, the entirety of the movie goes through his head. And if you, like, imagine it as, you know, some things from that come into his head as like an instinct to, like, avoid this situation, which is what he does. He decides to fuck it. He decides to see everything that's going to happen and say, fuck it. This is wrong. I know this is wrong, but I'm going to do it anyway. Nah, I'm going to do the right thing. And then he talks to the fucking reporter. And he does the exact same thing that Al Pacino does later. It's like, I feel like he knew. I got the feeling that he did.
I don't think he did, because I feel like all the things did happen in his head. You know, he went through the whole shebang. That's why he kissed his wife in the beginning or at the end. You know, that's why he ultimately makes the decision to not, like, fall into that same trap. But then it's kind of like, and this is just me on mad broad strokes. But I feel like it's kind of saying, like, but the devil is eternal, and we always got to fight. Like, he's not just gonna throw one test at us. He's gonna throw a lot. So while he goes through this whole situation, avoids this test, boom, devil comes right back with another one. And he could have avoided it, but he didn't. Why? Vanity. He's still a sinner. He's still one of God's children, his sheep thrown to the wolves. No, he had a chance. He had a chance to fight against it. I gave him a chance. I showed him. He beat me once. My own kid, my own seed beat me once. But Daddy's always there. Sorry. I love this Al Pacino performance.
Yeah, it was really good. It was. Oh, bruh. I need to find... I don't want to get that old head mentality, bruh. Ain't nothing good out no more. All the good actors is gone. They all old. Y'all young niggas need to show me something.
Y'all gotta step up.
Y'all gotta tell me what I need to watch to find some more shit like this. Where I'd like every performance. Where the time just everything felt right about this movie. The score. I thought about this way after it happened, but I think it was the second case where the score, they played it again at the end, but it was like a harbinger of doom. And I was like, oh fuck.
It's kind of like a growling noise.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
I think it was.
It was a whole like orchestral arrangement. I think it's the second time we heard a score.
Like the themes, as far as audio cues go, like I kept hearing like these like little growls and shit.
There's also those, and it's I gotta watch this again. I gotta watch this again soon,
Right,
so
like,
I can catch that.
Talking about performances, I will have to say I think a lot of people did do a good job. I wasn't quite sold on Keanu Reeves.
I feel
Get out.
Keanu Reeves, like
you tell me get, and I will, and I'll get out. But let me speak my piece. Let me get a chance to speak
tell
my
us
piece.
why you're wrong.
I think Keanu Reeves was a good actor in here. I don't think he was able to stick that accent all the way through this movie.
Oh,
A lot of his Keanu Reeves'ums kept coming in, especially that argument with his mom. He started sounding like, whoa, Keanu Reeves a lot more than, whoa, Keanu Reeves that, you know, with the, I can't even do the little country accent on, but you know what I mean, right? Especially, it's that thing, putting features on your track that are better than you. He's up here with Charlize Theron, who is out here acting her ass off, selling this country accent. The mother, who is selling this country accent. And him, every time he speaks, it's like in the calmer moments, he's able to control it. But when he has to do those big performances, he loses it for me.
I didn't even think about
And
it.
when you say these big performances, do you mean like in the courtroom settings?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So here's my little tidbits of knowledge that I know from a retired lawyer.
Okay.
She also came from a very southern home environment kind of vibe. Most lawyers, when in that kind of mentality, when they're in the courtroom, they lose the accent because it makes them come across as a country bumpkin who doesn't know anything.
Okay.
So it makes sense that in those moments he would lose it.
Right, but there's not only those moments. If it was only those moments, that would make complete sense, and I'd be like, yes. But then you have the moments with his mother.
Well, you
the moments
started out
where
with
he-
just saying the courtroom scenes.
Well, yeah, I said you asked, was it those moments, and I was like, yes. But there's also other moments. I started out saying the moment with his mother. Remember when I said that?
Yeah.
Right. There's moments with his mother. There's moments with Charlize. You know what I mean? Like, and again, stacked up with her performance, it's just like, you trying real hard, and I respect the hell out of him. Like, that didn't drag me out of the movie. It's just something I noticed. I was like, Keanu, you still sound like Keanu. Like, that did not leave you, bro. Like, that's and it should have. It really should have. Also, they should have played "Sympathy for the Devil." Like, if you got a devil movie, like they play Painted Black at the end, which is a nice second runner. But if you either play "Sympathy for the Devil" or you play "Centerman" by Nina Simone, you got them two. Maybe some other ones. I need my rock heads and stuff to come out and talk to me about this. But those two right there, if you got a devil in your movie, you bet.
At least sympathy for the devil.
At least "Sympathy for the Devil." That's my
Honestly.
favorite song out of freaking Fallen right there. And he wasn't even the devil. You know what I mean? That's a missed opportunity if I ever freaking saw one. Let's see here. What else we got? Lighting in this. The lighting, and I didn't notice it. I don't think it was too dramatic until it got to the ending. Mm-hmm. The ending little dialogue scene between Devil Daddy and Keanu Baby, where the whole time, the entire scene, Al Pacino is underlit, right? He's lit from down under, which we all know. That's that campfire, right? Mm-hmm. That's that I'm spooked, telling a spooky story and stuff.
Ooh.
Beautiful. Keanu evenly lit, right? And then when he's pretending to come into the fold, underlight Keanu. I'm just sitting here
Beautifully thought out.
From a man who wants to be a cinematographer, that was choice. That was choice. Would I have done that? Probably not. Thank you for telling me. Thank you for teaching me these things. Because I need that knowledge. That was really good. And then there was that one shot that was like a perfect Rembrandt where it's like Keanu's face is like completely
that was the one that I was looking. That was the one that I thought of. I didn't even. I gotta watch this movie again. I didn't notice. I was sucked into what they were saying and what they were doing, like their movement.
And they were.
It was fluid. It was fluidity. It was silky smooth butter, bro.
But not only that, with every shot, I feel like you talking about watching a movie again. I feel like there are just shots, there's just symbolism and things that I missed because I don't understand. So I kind of want to take that book that Kaz gave us. Well, you took his critique class. He might have given it to y'all too, where he talks about like is a whole thing of like symbols and symbolism and stuff like that. He's like, yo, y'all read this because your papers suck. And I'm like, I need to read it. I picked it up once. I need to pick it up again.
Yikes.
Just me being honest. Me being honest. I'm being honest.
Trey's got homework, y'all.
I do more. I got more homework.
I feel that, bro.
You know,
I need to pick.
Can
up
we just talk for a minute though about like that scene when he gets to New York and they're like on that fucking like terrace looking thing with like the waterfall.
Oh, God,
and I
don't
literally
wanna
looked at
talk about
Shakis and I was like, where's the safety bar? They're gonna fall off that thing.
Oh no, they don't have safety bars like that for stuff like that. No, they
Yeah,
there
that's
wasn't
what I
even
said.
like
it's just like they just
She's
wild
like-
out.
She's like, well, how do they stay on? I was just like, they don't get in. It's just for the view.
well,
It
no,
really
like
is.
even when they're just walking, like there was the scene where it like pans back and you see like how close they are, and like Pacino guy starts like walking one way, and it just looks like he's about to just walk off.
Well, they were
fucking
definitely. I did notice that there was like a weird cut,
And I'm
there
like,
to where he was walking further,
And then he just kept going.
and it was like, okay, but in the wide,
He didn't have
was
much-
right there at the edge, but in the close up, he was still walking. It was like, oh, you about to fall off. Yo, Keanu,
Are you just floating?
bro? Right, he's floating, bro.
Look, that's sign number
That's-
like
you know what I
a
mean?
million right there. I saw him like, did you catch him stumble?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was I thought it was like a little.
I mean, it could be. It could be. He could have just been
How
fucking with Keanu.
It could have been one of those things that like it was a mistake. Like he did stumble, but they're like maybe they'll think it's a dance, and they kept it in or something.
Yeah, it could be.
Or that was the best take of the day.
Also fair.
That was the best take of the day. Also, I
Brent.
went off this roof.
It's at that. All right, I'm gonna do this one more time. That's it.
But
I'm
you
not
was
doing
like,
this
You
again.
got one more performance out of me.
No,
Also-
Get him off.
you see my skin. I'm old. I'm tired.
We up high. The wind is cutting me. It's cutting me down to my seed.
All right. And my one other note for that, the symbolism for that, in my opinion, growing up in the Bible Belt, that could be symbolism for like when Jesus walks for like 40 days in the desert, getting tempted by the devil and shit.
Sure.
I mean,
I can't fight you on that.
Exactly.
that's what I got from it. Listeners, do you agree?
That for the comments.
Hey, look, you have the most theological knowledge about the Bible in this room, I think.
Hell yeah. Baptist college education.
Maybe because
My uncle is a retired preacher.
religious
Fight me.
class. So I had to sit here. Actually, I had to take that bitch twice. So I should be the most knowledgeable in this thing about religion. I had to take it twice. Got to see the second time. So maybe
How many
not.
classes have you taken?
I had Survey of the New Testament at PH. At Bluefield, I had Biblical Perspectives. At PH, I also took World Religion.
Yeah, no.
I love
only
me
had
some
the
religion.
One twice. So no.
And my
I took
uncle
a
is a
religion
retired
class.
preacher. So
Well, amen.
I got somebody on call over any theological type questions.
Don't think those will come up much often, but I'm glad to know we have.
It's
somebody
extra
on this
knowledge.
team.
And with that, I'm out.
God, yes, but no, this right here, I don't really have much to say about this. That I can't say anything else except this is an A+ film. Like this is, there's no touching this. This is excellent. This is an excellent movie. Like this is one of those things I'd watch again. I have my problems with it, but Delroy Lindo is in here. You know what I mean? Dude
Who's
from the Five Bloods that was like that did that like his like personal monologue into the camera when he was like bitten by like a snake or something like that. Or he had the venom.
Was he the only black guy in this movie? Well,
Yeah, the
one
voodoo
of the,
dude. Yeah, the voodoo dude who like yeah, that's Delroy Lindo.
Oh
Yeah, dude.
shit!
Yep, there you go.
Oh shit! It was
That was
him.
Delroy Lindo. He's like, you don't have to worry. The tongue will help us silence this man.
Man just has an instant coughing fit in the middle of
Dude dies
court.
in the courtroom.
Pretty
It
much.
feels like, yo, nah, I gotta watch this again.
Yeah.
Just for those scenes, because like that, I didn't even think about that in my whole fucking playback in my head. I completely skipped that whole fucking.
Nah, that part. That
those
was when
fucking
at the
scenes.
beginning when I was like, "Oh, this ain't subtle at all. This ain't." Yo,
Like that's when it went to. I was
Yeah.
just like, yo, he just cursed that dude,
right.
Like he just literally
Yep.
cursed him. And he told you he was gonna curse him, and you just went along with it, bro.
Keanu was just like, "Nah, this is natural.
Blood
Keanu,
money.
come
It's
on.
not." So I
come
gotta
on.
give this an A+. Shakis.
Look, y'all heard me earlier. This is capital A art. A+ film.
Hang it
A+
in the museum.
film. Put this in the Library of Congress, bro.
Belongs in a museum.
I mean, then again, that would leave more credence to the whole politicals, our politicians are devils and all of this shit and all the devil worshiping that people say now, whatever. This movie is capital A art. If you don't fuck with the devil, you should probably watch this movie.
Fair.
Wait, what?
He told him. He told damn Keanu Reeves. You had every opportunity to save your wife. And there are countless opportunities. They can just count everyone and just be like, yeah, I won't do that. I won't do that either. Damn, why ain't he doing this? It's just a reaffirmation of your beliefs.
No, don't do that because he too charming. Don't test yourself like that. You gonna lose. I promise you gonna lose.
Sorry, hun.
Damn, you ain't got no faith in the people.
No free will. You know what?
No
That's
one
the thing.
has faith in the people.
No, that's the thing. Free will. They can do it or they can't. That's that's the road's
And
there.
let's
or
be
it's
honest.
not.
Yo, chill
Everyone
out,
is
bro.
gonna
You gonna
choose-
keep that one. He gonna keep that hosted.
Everyone is going to choose the easier path. That's just the way it is. For Keanu's character, that was the easier path. Like through and through. Choosing to stay with the case when in that moment when he has this talk with Pacino. Choosing to do what he did like after, like, offing himself. And then choosing at the end to not do the case from the beginning. And choosing to be like, yeah, call me in the morning. I didn't say the path was easy, but it's the easier choices for his character development.
Yeah, I misunderstood you at the very beginning of everything you said. So I questioned everything you said until
That's
you
fine.
repeated
Sound
it.
like that.
And then you repeated it, and I was like, no, that was the easier choice. Because the harder choice would have been,
For him to resent his wife.
prosecuting and basically make a whole lot less money putting people away or, putting people away instead of defending scumbags pretty much. Like, that would have been a much harder path for him to actually choose, which he may have chosen in the end. You decide type of ending. So yeah, I can agree with you there. I can agree with you. It was easier.
So
What do you
you
think?
agree?
Oh yeah, A+. I already said A+. Capital.
You finished. We interjected. I didn't know whether you.
My bad.
finished or not.
Fair enough.
Sure.
A+ movie. I know that this movie came out in when? 97? Am I right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Dogma.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 99 movie.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's like different like sections,
Completely different.
But I feel like this movie did what Dogma wanted to do better
Really?
in a way. Yeah.
How so?
Like everything about this movie just flowed easier and better than Dogma, in my opinion.
Right.
I
but
liked Dogma.
was like a whole different monster. You know what I mean? Like it's trying to tell like a whole different story.
I know. My brain is weird, Trey. Like
Okay.
my brain connected these two movies for some odd way. I don't know.
I don't know anything about.
Like I
that,
can't
so-
explain this.
There's a shit monster. Like I don't think they're trying to do the same thing at all. That's apples and oranges. And then Lil Dicky comes out of nowhere. Bitch, that don't make sense. Why can't fruit be compared?
I was
think
about to be like they both.
I think my brain connected it because of the whole free will. Like in Dogma, the chick's constantly like fighting her destiny.
Mm-hmm.
So in a sense, there was no free will. Yeah.
Hey, look.
No, this shit is just like Avengers. Because you
Oh,
remember
I
that
just-
part where Loki was like, oh, people
What?
ain't got no free will. Y'all are made to kneel. That
Oh shit, that does happen in that movie.
Fuck, I was gonna say something, and then you said that shit. And just
What were you about
empty-
to say?
I can't remember. You fucked me head. Like I literally had
that
it.
easy to keep
Let me
real,
see.
you.
Some free will.
It really is here lately.
He's like,
No,
shit,
it's
but I want
gone.
to add a free will movie.
No, I didn't have anything like that. It was just
Oh shit!
something to tangential.
You remember, it's like Free Willy when Shut
the fuck up.
All right, people, y'all know.
I'm
what
so
we
sorry,
thought. Let's see what the people back then thought. With a budget of $57 million, everybody else also thought this shit was good because it had a box office of $153 million.
Holy crap. How much of that do you think they used to like block off that one street for some of those frames?
I wondered about that.
Time.
It's New York, Times Square. I feel like filming's always going on in Times Square though. They've not Times Square, but like in like different sections of New York. I feel like people are always mad about that shit. But
would be.
also, I kind of wondered if that was like a few bits of sections of streets,
Yeah.
and the rest of it is map projection.
I think it was,
really
but
wanna
I'm
know
still
that.
curious. Like,
Oh,
how much does
probably
it
a lot.
cost to block off a section in
Probably
New York?
a mad lot.
Listeners, if anyone knows, I'd like to know.
I'd actually like to see about
Like, honestly.
Yeah, I've always wondered like how
Give
do you
us
just
an
like
in.
get the ability to just block off the roads? Like you gotta pay for that shit. Like
Yeah,
how much
you
do you
gotta-
pay?
How do people get into their jobs if they work on that street
You
or
go
in that
around.
business?
You take a
Detours.
30-minute detour around
Or
the
what?
city.
Well, no, like
Everybody-
if they're blocking like the front entrance,
Well,
and that's the only way you can
everybody,
get in.
No, there's back ways
I mean, not always.
in New York.
Not always.
Like all buildings got back doors.
Most buildings do, but some of them like connect weirdly to like other buildings.
Then you go through the other building.
It's not always easy. I don't know things, Trey.
I don't either, but I'm just saying. Like, there can't be just one exit. That's fire marshals will be like, that's a no. They go
That's
up
fair.
fire. I wonder. No, for real. The jump off. Okay, we'll be done in a second. But like, they're all blocked off, right? They're all blocked off, and like, say the person in the other, if there is like an adjacent building, they're jerks. So you're like, oh, but
You can't come in.
The 5th floor. So you're like, you're going up a fire escape, buddy. Like, that's just your day. That would suck. I need somebody in New York to give me answers, because now I want to know how many of y'all are Spider-Man into work.
Oh my God. So like, people of the 90s, y'all did good.
Y'all really did.
Oh, you trying to drag it back to the show? You trying to take it back?
I'm trying to take it back to the damn show.
Fine.
But no, people, y'all did good. I was reading the damn Wikipedia because it was up, and I'm just, the way I'm facing is directly to the screen. So I'm just reading. People were torn on this movie on whether or not it was good, but apparently
They were
everyone
torn?
agreed that Pacino was amazing.
Yeah, because freaking Pacino.
I mean, he
Hooah!
yeah, he was. Who are y'all
So well
naysayers?
played.
Now I'm curious about what people are saying.
Probably like, I'd imagine Bible thumpers. Having,
They
like,
weren't
a
the devil's
really
advocate.
bit. All right, people, that was the show. Thank you for listening. And if you got movies that you want to suggest to us, obviously we listen to that. So please do. Tell us. We'll watch anything. Literally, we will watch anything. Please don't give us anything. All right, that's it for us. Peace.
Sorry, my pun ended the show, y'all.
Money laundering for the Eastern Bloc. I mean, it goes on and on.
I don't like it here, Kevin.
And he knows the price of your soul.
Let's make a play.
Who are you?
Thank you for listening to another Movie Club podcast, Production 1200's premier podcast. If you have suggestions for movies you want us to see, leave them in the comments below. Check out the short films we have on the page and look forward to what we're making next. If you want more from us or other ways to reach us, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all Production 1200. If you're listening to us on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rate and review. Trust me, it's what your grandma would have wanted. And if you listen to us on other podcast platforms, do the same if you're able to do those things. It's Trady Price signing off. Hear you next time.